I hope everyone can hear me above the noise of the flaming TV. Yeah, so Janet, really, yeah, that it's unbelievable taking off of insulin, type 1 or 2, really. That's terrific, you know, no more shots. But to me, it's not the shots that get on my nerves, it's the actually reading the glucose on the glucose meter. Glucose meter. I used to take 8mm needles, but they cut that down to 4mm needles. You can hardly, well, with the 8 one, you can hardly feed it when you're injecting, you know. Bloody earphones. Yeah, that's quite rare. I've known people borderline, they might take the insulin once a week. You know, they're very borderline. But you're right in what you said. I mean, I got 23 stone. It's my own fault. No one else's fault. I was always drinking, always eating, even though I was on the go, because you can get away with stuff when you're young, you know, even though you're big. I mean, I used to eat a whole box of chocolates when I used to go to the cinema, milk tray, like, you know. And I think I once ate a whole Christmas cake to myself. I mean, talk about a fat gluttony git. Sheer greed, and a drink I used to have. Couldn't say out the pubs now. I'm not a pub person. I don't drink anymore now anyway, because it does me kidneys and I swell up from 14.5 stone to about 18 stone full of water, and it's a hospital job again. You know, so I don't do any of that. But it isn't anybody else's fault. I mean, for some reason, my sister blames my mum for my diabetes. She used to give me dripping sandwiches, and we all had great big dinners, you know. What she forgets is she didn't become diabetic, and nor was my dad, and he had the same meals, and nor was mum a diabetic, only me. So I don't know how it makes that. It's self-inflicted. If you're going to leave that stuff. The thing is, when I was a kid, there was only me, I think I said before, another kid at school that was fat. Now I'd fit right in it. It'd probably be only 2 skinny ones and the rest would be fat. But then, I remember my mum taking me to the doctors, and she said he's overweight. I suppose I was about 11 or 12, and he said, he looks fine, picture of health to me. And that was it, and that was the doctor. So-called professional general practitioner, whatever you call him, GP. That was the attitude then, 60-something years ago. It was just, that was it. But now, of course, there's health warnings everywhere. On the telly, on the internet, everywhere you look. And you've got more fat blob people now than ever. I mean, they're enormous. It used to be the blokes with a beard gut and the girl would be, you know, trimming and all the rest of it. Now, it's the blokes that might have a slight beard gut, but there was about 3 sizes bigger than an horse. So it's nobody else's fault but your own. Type 2. Type 1, I believe, I think you're born with that or something, you know. But of course, type 2 is environmental, really. What you eat, you know, what you do, exercise, no exercise. I mean, look what diabetes does. I mean, it's left me with a heart failure, bad eyesight, cataracts, kidney trouble. Excuse me, which is why I can't handle alcohol anymore. Oh, I've got this flaming cough that will... It's my nose, really, does it? Excuse me. Sorry about that, Diet Coke. I had 2 amputations on the foot. Legs are smothered in ulcers. I get ulcers still now and again, but since I've got the weight down this time and cut out alcohol, I no longer swell up, and I haven't had any ulcers since I've done it. But who knows, you know. I've lost count the other things I've got wrong with me and operations and stuff. You know, so even if it was your parents' fault in the beginning, you can't blame your parents for all this sort of thing the rest of their life. You've got to. My favourite saying is, you get yourself by your balls, give them a jerk, and do it yourself and get away with them. You've got to take responsibility. Don't matter whose fault it is. You know, I'm now on my high horse. I should be off again in a minute. That's if you can hear anything. That's about it, really. I just thought I'd do this. I mean, next Friday is Christmas, so I might have a very, very small dinner, and that's it. You know, people say, "Oh, it's Christmas time. You can have this," and we don't. It's bollocks. Your body don't know it's Christmas time. It isn't like you can say, "I'm not going to be diabetic for Christmas." You know, stupid. Excuse me, that's that Diet Coke. Oh. Let me go again. No, that's all I wanted to say, really. And another thing is, if anybody's got Windows 10, I've had it since it came out. I pre-ordered it earlier today. I don't know. I forget why I did it now. You know, now I did a restart. That's all I did, and it decided to update Windows 10, which I thought, yeah, all right, then. I thought it meant the drivers and that. I hadn't said nothing else but restart. What happened? Well, I thought it was restarting it all again. It said, "Do not turn your computer off. We are doing this, that, and the other to it." It may restart several times, which is what it did when it installed automatically. Excuse me. Bloody hell. It works the last couple of days. Yeah, so when it come back on, it said we've twinked up Windows 10 more, and you'll be very delighted and excited about it and all this rubbish, you know. And it's another message come out and said you come right across the screen, not just in the corner. It said, what was the other thing they said? All your files will be exactly as you left them. So eventually it restarted properly. What was it, about 45 minutes altogether, I suppose. About the same time as when I loaded the original one. Anyway, it hadn't downloaded another Windows 10. It updated everything, drivers, a lot. But to be honest, I cannot find any difference. It's ballsed a few things up, because when I uploaded my last video to here, didn't do it the usual way. The photograph wasn't in pictures where it generally puts them. I can't think where did it end up. But I tried documents and I tried downloads, nothing. I knew it was on the computer, because when I put photos on, there it was, you know, the photos file. So, what's the other one when you do photos? There's another thing where you can edit it and everything else, not the Movie Maker. But anyway, I suddenly noticed the name that I'd given it, Xmas whatever, rambling again. I pressed on that and up it came. Through File Explorer. Did it through there, but you cannot, or I cannot, find File Explorer in where all the things are kept, you know, in alphabetical order, on the left hand side, A, B, C, D, you know. Photos are under P and all the rest of it. Can't find it, but it must be on here to have done that. So, I was going to say don't worry, but in my case it didn't mean starting from scratch again. It just updated Windows 10, just the drivers and stuff like that. So it was quite weird, really. So there you go. So I'll upload this. Try to upload this because it's a bit of a nightmare now. Marvellous, isn't it? Eh? It's so simple normally to upload on, you know. You go and upload on there, so upload, and it says, how do you want to handle this, so and so and so and so. And I think it didn't do all that before. This is supposed to be an update to your advantage. Right, I'm off now, because the other half is watching the telly, Strictly Come Dancing, which bores the hell out of me. Right, see you all later. Bye for now.